I'm an assistant principal.
What would you do, though, as a principal if you knew there was a conservative applying? Would you hire such a person?
If they say that, like, diversity is about, like, everyone is equal, it's like that person.
Yeah.
Like, for kindergarten, for Pride Month, it's like you should be whoever you feel like you should be. The conversation's deepen.
Meet Todd Soper, assistant principal of neighborhood charter schools in Harlem. He's in charge of more than 670 students. Like Jeremy Boland, the vice principal in Connecticut, he also refuses to hire conservatives and has a line of questioning to reveal their political views.
What would you do, though, as a principal if you knew there was a conservative applying? Would you hire such a person? Yeah.
We have very specific questions, and like ultimately, like our diversity, equity, and inclusion question, like our DEI question is like it's very telling if somebody has like done a lot of work within themselves, within the profession.
But even conservative, like even
and it comes out like if people don't answer that question right, they're just an automatic not.
Like what? Give me an example of not answering that question. Like what? One of the more.
If they say that like diversity is about, if they say something that lends itself to be colorblind, which could happen, like, oh, it's like, like everyone is equal, like those things that are well-intentioned statements, but they're missing the depth of understanding of how like the intersections of our identity live out in the world. It's like that person.
This begs the question. If Soper won't hire any conservatives, what does he do with teachers who already work for him who might already be conservatives? He was quick to tell our journalist just that.
So there's this one teacher who almost like refused to talk about Juneteenth a few years ago and didn't want to like teach a lesson like in addition to their neurodiversity and their special needs, like our students' lives matter based on the color of their skin, and how that intertwines into the context of the world. And so if you're not willing to embrace fully that aspect of our students, and that means talking openly about race and talking about injustices in the world, then I don't know if you're going to be able to like fully like fulfill your responsibilities.
What was her reasoning for being resistant?
She didn't want to teach Black Lives Matter. I don't think that she thinks that the race is a big deal. So she was just kind of like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I love kids, so it's fine. I was like, well, no, like you have to love all of them. And so you have to acknowledge that there is the potential for the Christians to have experienced discrimination.
Or was she fired, or?
No, she left. She would have probably been fired eventually, just based off of like mindset, but she left.
It's clearly worrisome that these institutions will be responsible for our children's growth and well-being. Classrooms are not meant to indoctrinate students. Soper tries to push his political agenda onto students as young as 5. Watch how he discusses bringing Pride Day to kindergartners.
We have always, and like will continue to like embrace diversity on all levels. So the same way we embrace identities that are based off of ethnicity, skin tone, and gender, like we also embrace orientation. So we make student friendly. Like for kindergarten, for Pride Month, we got in first grade, like every kid had like a mirror, and we talked about like there's like a read aloud about an animal, or about a boy that said he wanted to be a mermaid, and it's like a way to start like, and the girl was like, you should be whoever you feel like you should be, and that was kind of like the message of the read aloud.
And then were you able to encourage them that like gender?
Yeah, I think so. Like it's delicate, right? So like in kindergarten and first grade, they're 5 and 6, but I think we start with the umbrella theme of like embrace who you are. You have to love who you are.
That's awesome.
Each part of you is beautiful, whatever you feel. As kids get older, and the idea of like gender becomes more salient, which happens more towards like 4th grade. It's conversations around like it's just okay. So the conversations deepen as kids get older.